And there's the old Courthouse Tavern, which is now a bunch of lawyers. What a horrible waste.
Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm John.
And we're the Geezers on the Go.
Go, go, go!
In this episode, we're at Powhatan State Park along the historic James River. The park offers a wide variety of wildlife habitat, including forests and wide open spaces. The park is about 35 miles west of Richmond, almost smack dab in the middle of Virginia. Powhatan has 29 modern and spacious RV sites, all with water and electric. Also 3 yurts and a tent campground accessible by canoe.
And no matter how many times we mispronounce it, it is not Powhatan or Powhatan, it's Powhatan, named after the 17th century Indian chief and father of Pocahontas. Powhatan is more than it appears to be on the surface, primarily because of the James River. There are 3 canoe-kayak slides in the park that attract huge crowds in the summer months. Outside the park, you can find a couple of distilleries to visit and a few quaint little shops like the Vintage Shack in the town of Powhatan.
We're here at Powhatan State Park in Powhatan, Virginia. We're in site number 9. The site has water and electric. Not a very big park. It's only about, I think, 30 sites. And most of the sites are really nice. There's not really a bad one here. A couple of pull-throughs. There's a couple of yurts. And we have a goodly amount of space back here. Looking out into the woods. And way down beyond the woods is the James River. And we'll take a little ride around the park and show you what it looks like. The loops here are nice and paved, so I'm going to take my bike, take a little ride around here. There's another little loop that goes that way. We'll go back there later. This is number 15, and John's sister, that's her camper van. She's staying with us on this trip. And lots of trees in between each site, so you really don't have a bad site, I would say. Maybe a couple of them might be slightly less level, but they're pretty darn nice. That's 17. And then over here is 18. That's a nice big site. Like a beautiful paved road for if you want to ride your bicycle. And most of it has a lot of other paved roads too. And there's 19. That's nice into the back of the woods. This is a very long site, number 20. And 21. There's 22, that's nice and long. These right here is a little bit, not quite as angled, so that might take a little bit more to get into. And I'm not sure why this one has a lot of concrete barriers on it, but there it is. And they got their music playing very loud. These 2 here, 25 and 24, are another 2 that are kind of not quite as angled, but not too bad. 26 is nice too, and 28 here is a pull-through. And then you got 27 here along the tree line. Nice and secluded over there. And then out to the beginning of the park. We'll come back through the middle again. There's somebody's coming in. 29 is the last one. I'm not sure I'd like this one because you'd be right out in the open by the road. But we have a lot of open space here, as you can see. Very pretty and open. As you come into the campground, this is number 1. This one's kind of open, but you get to look out into the nice fields that are over there. Number 2. And again, number 3. Number 4. And then 5 is back there. That's a nice big space, lots of shade. Number 6. This little walkway goes through the trees there, and the bathroom is right on the other side. Number 7 is really a nice one because it's a pull-through, and it's right across from the bathroom, so that's very convenient. Then right over here, there's 3 yurts. I looked in one of them, and it looks to have a nice big bed, a couch, a couple of tables, and some chairs. Nice deck, but I'll have to check. I don't think it has, and none of them have any power. They do have water, but I'm not sure what else is inside. Number 8 here is also a nice pull-through. Not a lot of ton of shade, but you don't have to look out at the road at anybody. And as we come back around, there's us at number 9. And there's 10 is across from us, and the loop goes either straight or we can turn in this way. And there's a few more sites here in the middle. The ones down here would be close to the bathroom. I guess that's 11. And 12. I think is a handicap spot, but for some reason it's not open. There's that site that comes right through, that pull through. And these are really, really nice bathrooms. They have a nice full laundry room, some really big showers, and also have ice. Camp host there. You go contact them if you want some wood, which you can get right here, or the ice. Number 14. And you come back out to the beginning of the camp loop. And that's that one pull through, and then that's the other pull through. So there's really not a bad spot here. All of them are pretty big, level, and a lot of room with a lot of shade.
This is a little picnic area and playground here. It's just before you get into the actual campground area. Bathhouse over there. Not a lot to it, but I'm sure kids would like that playground.
At the far end of that first boat launch area, the canoe area, this is called the River Trail, and it says there's a canoe-in campground that you can get to from here. So let's just take a quick look. Oh, keep on going here, and then across this little wooden bridge. Not much water going down because we haven't had much rain in a while. There is a sort of a trickle going on down there. Just keep on going. There's campsite number 1. They're not here. I guess they left today because it's November 1st. But it's pretty good. It's got a picnic table and a fire ring. No water right here that I can see, but maybe there's someplace in the park. But pretty cool if you came up with your canoe, left it down below, and came up here and camped. I think this is called the Launch B, so if you came up and pulled your canoe or kayak up, you could put it right hanging on there, and then you just turn around and go over that way, and onto the left here, that's where the little campground is. And you'd be ready to move in the morning on to new adventures. If you did decide to camp here with your canoe or kayak, you'd come up here And just set your canoe over there probably. Come here, pay the fee. It's $20 for residents, $23 for non. And then you would pay here. And I guess you could pick, it tells you what the numbers of the campsites are. And then they also offer you some wood so you can have a fire. It's a pretty morning here at Powhatan State Park. The tree still has some colors, so I thought I'd get out my bicycle and go for a ride. It's pretty nice because the road is nice and paved. And if you had more of a mountain bike, a lot of these trails that go out into the woods over there or out to the fields that way, cross over the road. So you could just go off-roading. Coming up to one of the trail crossings here. So they let cars know that there is a little trail coming. And this one comes right out of the campground, right over there. And then crosses and then goes out to there. So you can have a nice walk all around the park here. Right across the river near the campground is a train track. So you'll hear trains off and on during the day and at night. Thankfully, we never heard them blow their whistles at night though. The rest of the time, the river is pretty peaceful and serene. It's a nice little park here. It's sort of central Virginia, lots of woods here, right along the James River.
Yeah, and the James River is a very popular float destination in the summer. Of course, it's a little too chilly for that now, but
although we did see some people going in over the weekend.
Well, there are always a few hardy souls.
Right. It's a fairly new park too. It was only opened in 2013. It's not real big. I think it's only 29 sites, all with water and electric. Big sites with gravel, but they're nice and wide, and it's easy to get into.
Very easy to get into, which was nice after the last park we went to.
But most of the time we did spend in the park because there's not a lot to see outside the park. But we went down to where a couple of the kayak launches are, and have these little ramps that you slide your boat down into the water.
Yeah, Jill caught one guy sliding his ramp down, so we'll show you how it's done or not done.
And so also if you have horses, there's a big equestrian trails here, and there are just all kinds of trails all throughout the park.
Lots of hiking trails.
In these big fields and out into the woods. So if you are into hiking, it's a great place to come.
Yeah, and we're sort of in between two little towns. We've got Powhatan on one side of us and Goochland on the other. You like my cap, Jill?
Yeah, I just like
Go Bulldogs.
I just like the color. We like to buy little things when we visit places. And there's a couple of distilleries, there's a couple of wineries, and some really nice shops. We bought some really cool gifts for people. So I would say it's more peaceful. It's a kind of a laid-back park, and I think you'd enjoy it. On this road, it's about a mile from the campground. You can come all the way to the end here. There's a big parking area. And I'm not parking the right spot, but nobody's here. There's this little boat ramp for if you have a canoe or a kayak. It's got like a ramp. Just slide it down and you can walk down along the steps. And then if you want, you can there's a little seat over there. You can sit and just look at the river. What do you think of this slide here, John?
Pretty darn steep.
Little steep.
Give you an idea of how long and how steep this canoe and kayak slide is here. I mean, you slide it right into the river, which looks a little bit low right now. But you'd want to have pretty good, you'd want to have it secured pretty good as you're taking it down these steps.
Near the front of the park, there's another boat launch or canoe launch area, and they said from here they also have a canoe. You have to boat into a canoe campground over here. So let's take a look what's here. Here's another one of those drop your canoe way down the chute here, down to the river. As you come down the end of this chute, you'd probably have to be kind of careful because it's not mud or anything. It's kind of a cement pad going out here, and the water's kind of low. Have fun.
Thank you.
A cool added feature to this campground is that there's an equestrian area where there's trails that go out through the park, and there's quite a few people here getting their horses ready. Look like fun. I wish I still had a horse to come out here. Probably a really nice ride out here. For those of you who don't know this, why you would be wondering there's steps in the middle of the parking lot, well, that would be for you sort of put your horse next to it, and this way you can get up on your horse a lot easier. So it's a great thing to have, especially when you get older and it's harder to get up on your horse.
I barely put a brush on him this morning.
They're pretty enough anytime.
Well, have a great day.
You too, have a fun ride. Or have a fun walk on one of Powhatan's many trails. Right by our campsite here, number 9, there's a trail that goes right here, and it's called the Overlook Trail. So let's take a walk down here and see where it goes, see what it overlooks. Funny thing is that they give you a little trail map, and it doesn't tell you what this trail is. And now I'm coming to a fork in the road, and I've got to decide which way to go. Well, let's go to the right. This side sort of comes to a couple of benches here, and it does overlook James River. And I don't think this goes much farther, so I guess this is it for going this way. When you get to this little spot, I said the Overlook Trail overlooks the river. It's only not even 2/10 of a mile, so it's a easy little walk to come down to the right side of the trail. We'll go check out the other side. Now we're gonna go take the other fork in the road of the Overlook Trail and check out where that goes. Sounds like somebody's hunting out in the background. Coming down this last curve, this looks like it might be the end here. There's a bench seat at the end, right there. I'll take a seat and see what it looks like from sitting. Sitting on the bench, and you do get a pretty good view now of the river. There's no trail down to the river.
Whether you drive into Powhatan or head the other way to Goochland, you can find a few camping necessities and luxuries, like restaurants and shopping, and even a distillery. Did a bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
That's very good.
Okay.
Goes down nice and smooth.
Do you want anything?
No, she's just here for the ride.
She's a lightweight.
And they hosted the event at their distillery.
Okay, this is
Yep.
blueberry,
Blackberry.
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 Ooh, that's too good. I could drink a lot of this.
Well, be my guest.
Yum.
And now we're going down the steepest exit from a distillery I've ever been on.
I know.
It should be illegal to make a road this steep, leaving a place where you're supposed to drink whiskey. And with that, we beat a hasty retreat from Powhatan, which I could barely pronounce after all that. And, as always, we'll see you down the road. Sober, I hope.
Stop, stop, stop!